all doing? My name is Deborah, and I'm here to give my mid-impression, my second impression of Love Designer, starring Dilraba, Huang Jinyu or Johnny Huang, and Viann Zhang. And I'm so excited about this, and I'm also going to be giving, because I told you I've been reading the book, I gave you the first part of where I had read up to in my last review, and if you haven't seen my first impression, go check it out. There I gave a little bit of a spoiler on what happened in the book. So in this, I'm going to continue, because like I told you, I'm going to keep reading the book, and then I'm going to tell you what happens in the book so you can compare and contrast. So go ahead and grab your tea mugs and come along with me on this journey as we discuss Love Designer. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not gonna tell you what Love Designer is about, because I'm guessing if you're watching this second impression, you already know what it's about. And if you don't know what it's about and you're like, Deborah, I have no idea, this is my first time seeing you, then definitely go check out my first impression. I'll put a link down below for you to check it out. I'll also add it at the end of this video. But basically, this is gonna be from, I think last time I was at episode 6, so this is gonna be my opinion from episode 7 to 16. I know 17 episodes are out now. I haven't watched episode 17 just because I don't want to watch just one episode. I feel like that's too small, so I'm waiting for 18 to come out, and I'm trying to decide whether I want to wait for 18 to come out. I just want to go and watch it on actual IZ, not like international IZ, but actual IZ. All 19 episodes are out, so that's a different story for another day. But anyways, I'm here to tell you my thoughts and opinion on this particular episodes and where we are right now, and also about the book. So let's go into the drama first, and then I'll tell you about what's going on in the book right now up to where I am. Alright, so right now I still really love the banter between our male lead and our female lead, between Songlin and Zofang. I absolutely love their banter. It's like I was saying on Twitter, like when they started, because this will have spoilers, people. If you don't want spoilers, just stop watching right now, okay? Just stop. But if you don't mind spoilers, you can keep watching, okay? But when they started dating, I was the happiest person in the world, and they were so cute. But I became so scared about them breaking up and stuff, and especially considering like the pictures that they released prior to like the drama airing had like a breakup of 15 episodes and stuff before they get back together. And so I was really scared, like if they break up, how bad is it gonna be, how am I gonna be affected and stuff. And then once they got together, I realized that I wasn't worried about them breaking up because I was concerned about how it would affect them. I was scared about them breaking up because I was worried about me and my heart. Because I became so emotionally invested in this relationship. It's like I'm the one dating them and stuff. They just don't know it. And so them breaking up is gonna break my heart, not even their hearts, but my heart is gonna be broken. And I was scared for my heart and stuff. So when they finally did break up, I mean, it was sad, but I wasn't so affected because they had just literally just started dating. And I think that's one of my fears going forward in future episodes, that if they come back together, I don't want them to do this thing where, oh, they break up, they get back together, they break up, then they get back together again before the drama ends or something like that, because I'm gonna hate that. That's just gonna ruin the drama. So hopefully that's not what they're gonna do. I mean, it's okay for them to fight, but once they get back together after this current breakup, I don't want them to break up again, because I feel like that's just gonna like pull down my love for the drama and the plot and the story and stuff, and it's gonna kind of ruin it a little bit for me. So I'm hoping we don't have 2 breakups. It feels like we're gonna have 2 breakups, just because in the beginning or ending previews, or like either the beginning preview or the ending, one of the above, they showed this scene where they've had a really bad fight and stuff, and Zofang was crying and he walked away, and I'm like, okay, is this the second breakup? Because I'm not ready for this. So I'm hoping they just had a fight, a really bad fight, but they didn't break up again, because I don't think, like, what I'm expecting from this breakup is, and why I'm not mad about this breakup is because, like I said, number one, they got into this relationship a little bit too fast. Like, we knew they were attracted to each other, and they were getting to know each other, but the trust wasn't there yet between both parties and stuff. Especially for Zofang, considering everything that Songrin had with Luna, and I'm gonna go into that in a little bit, but the trust wasn't there yet, so I really didn't mind their breaking up. So now that they've broken up, what I'm hoping to see is that they build the trust in their relationship, they become even closer, they get to know more about each other, and it's not just, oh, the attraction or the respect and stuff for each other, but it's more than that. And then hopefully with time that grows and they don't break up again, because if they break up after they've gotten the trust restored and they now trust each other, then it will be kind of be like, why y'all breaking up again? Like, what the fuck? Sorry guys, I did not sign up for this mess and stuff. So I'm hoping that we don't have a second breakup, and even if we have a second breakup, let it not be because of one stupid reason of, oh, I'm trying to protect you. Like, that was so 2000. Like, we're over this whole protection breakup stuff, okay? That is like the cheapest plot line to use, okay? So please do not use that. We're not dumb, okay? So that's one thing that I'm hoping they don't do. But anyways, my issue with Songrin so far, I still love him. He's my boo and stuff, but I've been noticing a few things about him. And one thing that I noticed about him, and it's funny because I'm reading the book and I'm getting, that's why it's nice sometimes to read books, because you get into the mind of certain characters that you otherwise wouldn't get into their minds in dramas, and I'm getting into his mind, and it's giving me a little bit of a view on why he's the way he is. But in terms of the drama, I really don't like how he doesn't make clear to the world that him and Luna are not in a relationship. And I get it, like I said, I get it. I'm reading the book, so I get it. Like the whole business stuff going on between them and all, I get it. I get the business interest of it. But if you really, really love Zofang and you really don't want to lose her, I think the easiest way to solve this is to make it known that, yeah, you may have been dating Luna before, so it doesn't seem like you're deceiving the public, but right now you're not dating her again and you have nothing to do with her. Because if you keep keeping quiet about it and Zofang sees a picture of you and Luna in a hotel and Luna's face is on your cheeks kissing you, of course she's gonna assume that something's going on, because you guys have, even though you've been telling her we're not in a relationship, we're not in a relationship, Luna told her that you're in a relationship, and Zofang is someone who just came out of a relationship where she was cheated on. So it's understandable why she's vulnerable in that aspect, and she doesn't really just want to trust this guy just like that after trusting another guy for 5 whole years of her life and being let down. Like, I totally get where she's coming from, and I think that's where Songrin is annoying me and stuff, where he's not doing more. I feel like he can do more to just get Luna off his back. Like the scene where he went to talk to Luna and he's asking her, look here, what do you want from me? What is it I'll give you? That scene, I know maybe some people would have liked that scene, but for me it was like, why are you even still meeting her? You're just worsening situations, because if Zofang sees this, no matter what you explain to her, she's not gonna buy it because you still went to meet Luna. That's the whole theory in her head, the Luna situation. That's why when they were arguing, she told him don't mention Luna, like, I don't want to hear that name and stuff. So yeah, that's that whole Luna round and stuff. Hopefully this is the last we see of Luna and she doesn't come and ruin anything more, and we really go into the whole business nitty and gritty of it all. But that's something that I really didn't like so far with the drama. But something else, someone else that has been getting on my nerves is Zing Zing. I feel like Zing Zing, she started out so well, she was such a good friend, and then I realized, she's not a perfect friend at all. Like, was it just me, guys? Especially, and I think the thing that really did it for me was when Zing Zing and Zofang got into a quarrel and Zing Zing threw Zofang's stuff out of her store. You remember my first impressions, I talked about this, how when you put business in a relationship, it gets like messy. Even though yes, this wasn't because of the business, but it messed up things, and I'll go into it in a little bit. Now, okay, you had a misunderstanding, you had a quarrel with your friend, you don't want to be friends with her, blah blah blah, but that act of what's her name, Zing Zing, taking those clothes and throwing Zofang out tells me all I need to know about Xingxing. Like, what type of person are you to do that to Zofang? You know the situation she's in. Like, Zofang is just got over a breakup. She got into a different relationship. Now in that relationship, stuff went messed up in terms of her career. She had to quit the show. Now she's broken up with her boyfriend. The last thing she needs is a friend that keeps on telling her, oh, your boyfriend is horrible, your boyfriend is horrible, don't hook up with your boyfriend is horrible, your boyfriend is a bastard, like, oh my gosh, can't you just comfort your friend without telling her how horrible her boyfriend is? You think she doesn't know that? And stuff. That's the whole reason why she broke up with him. We don't need you to repeat it to us like a million times, and that really annoyed me with her. So I get why Zofang went off on her, but what really like disappointed me with Xingxing was when Xingxing threw the clothes out, because I'm sorry, if I was Zofang, that's the end of our relationship. Like, we're never gonna be friends again. Like, just because we had a misunderstanding, you were the one who told me to bring my stuff in here, and now you threw me out. So if we're friends again, does that mean if we become best friends once more one day, which I know we will, you tell me, oh, bring back my clothes in? I won't do that. Even if we become friends again, I will never bring my stuff into your business again, because there's a chance if we get into a fight, you're gonna throw me out again, just as you threw me out the last time. Like, once bitten, twice shy. Why should I believe you won't throw me out again? You get where I'm coming from? So that really annoyed me with Xingxing's character. And also how, like, I understand Xingxing might have been hot in the past, and in the book she was, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But I mean, how she acts towards even her boyfriend and stuff, trying to play him and everything's a game to her, it really gets on my nerves. She has a loving family, so it makes you wonder, like, where did she get all this? It's almost like she's insecure and stuff. Where did she get this insecurity from that's making her act in this way towards those that she claims to love and stuff? Like, she's gonna lose them. What happened in her past? So I really hope they have a backstory for Xingxing that explains all this. Otherwise, it's just gonna be like a character that there's a disconnect with somewhere, and you're trying to figure out where the disconnect comes from, and you can't figure out where it comes from. But something that really warmed my heart about this drama is the scene where Zofang brought Songling's sister Songlo to her parents and said that, oh, you're gonna be your parents from now on too. And that scene was just so sweet, and it's basically what I had been wishing for throughout the drama starting, that this is something that would happen and stuff. But it also made me worried, because if Zofang breaks up with Songling, which he has now, what happens to Songlo? Does that mean Songlo doesn't go to see his parents anymore? Like, how does that relationship work? And your parents hate her brother Songling, so how is this relationship gonna work? Songlo was just crying and acting out because Songdi is leaving. If she now loses your parents because of the strained relationship between you and her brother, that's just gonna worsen situations for her. Do you get where I'm coming from? So I really didn't like the whole psychology of that. Like, it was cute, it was awesome, and I loved it. But when I think about it from the psychological aspect of it, I can't help but to do that, because that's one of the things I studied in school and stuff. I just feel like that's the wrong way to go for her own mental health in terms of the future, because I know you're gonna break up. Okay, and they did break up like we all expected and stuff. So yeah, that's just something that I was really worried about. But hopefully this doesn't affect Songlo's relationship with what's her name, Zofang's parents, and I'm really hoping Songdi stays. I really like the relationship between him and Songlo, and I also love the relationship between Songlo and her brother. I really like how smart she is. Girlfriend isn't dumb and stuff. She really has sometimes a better clarity than her brother. Something else I was so overjoyed about is that Wusan is not the traitor. I was so worried, guys. You have no idea. I was so worried that Wusan was the traitor. But thankfully, the episode I was worried about that he was the traitor, it turned out he wasn't the traitor. And I'm like, hallelujah, hallelujah, he's not the traitor, because I was really worried it was gonna just ruin so so many relationships if he's the traitor, but thankfully he's not, so that's good. But I'd like to learn more about this backstory between Songlin and his business enemy and stuff. But yeah, those are my opinions on the drama. Let me know your thoughts below about that. Now let's go into the book. So from where I stopped last time in the book, here's what happened. I'm just gonna give you like summaries and stuff. Alright, so this is what happened in the book. So in the book, from where I stopped last time and now I'm continuing, basically, what's her name? Zhofang's mom wants to hook Zhofang up with people, kind of like the blind dates and stuff. And so she takes her to this blind dates where she goes to meet this guy who basically tells her, oh yeah, like I want you to get me a house if we're gonna get married and stuff. And basically all the blind dates that her mom tried to hook her up with were horrible people. And this might not be in order, I'm just trying to remember, okay, because I've been reading this for a few days and I might forget the order, so this might not be in order of like the chapters, so forgive me if it's not. But basically she then goes to this restaurant to like rest and stuff, and while she's at that restaurant she overhears this conversation between this guy and this girl, where the girl is basically like begging the guy for stuff. And she realizes that the guy is Songlin, so she goes up to Songlin and she pretends that she's Songlin's girlfriend. And she tells the girl, hey, like stop bugging my boyfriend. And the girl's like, dude, do you know who I am? Like, I have, that the girl was like, she has cancer. And Zhofang was like, what do you think this is? A K-drama? You have cancer? Okay. Zhofang has only one kidney. The other kidney she sold off because she needed it to buy some random stuff. I forgot what she said, but it was funny and stuff. So the girl was kind of like speechless and she walked away. And Songlin was just kind of awed by what Zhofang had done, and he asked her, dude, do you realize who that girl was and what she wanted from me? And so Zhofang asked him, what did she want, who was she? And so he explained that she wanted money from him, and it's one of like his ex-girls and stuff. And so Zhofang was like, well, of course, it's one of your ex-girls, why am I not surprised and stuff. So that's how they meet again. But then after that, so after they meet and they separate that first time, the next time they meet is when Zhofang basically sends people to his company to try and get his help to use his factory. And basically she gives her co-workers $100,000 to give it to him to pay for the factory stuff, but he says no, and he only takes the 50 cents. He's like, this is all I'm worth. Remember how they did the whole 50 cent stuff? So he took just the 50 cents. And then she gets into the competition, and when she gets into the competition, she gets into the competition by making people believe, or people that were in charge of the competition think that she was Songlin's girlfriend, because she had asked Songlin that she wants to enter the competition that he's organizing for the TV show, and Songlin had refused. And so she basically, when she realized that he wasn't going to give her that chance, and she realized that these people thought that she was Songlin's girlfriend, so she was like, yeah, I'm his girlfriend and stuff. And that was how she got into the program in the book. And then the next time they meet, now like I said, this may not be in order, I may be mixing stuff up, so forgive me. But then the next time that I can remember right now in my head that they meet is basically where Zhofang is meeting with these business partners of hers. And when she's meeting with these business partners of hers, business partner was drunk and she was taking them to their room. And as she was taking the business partners to their room, the business partner sees Songlin and calls Songlin over, and Songlin sees Zhofang too. And so the business partner leaves both of them to be together. And so Songlin, as Zhofang is walking away, Songlin calls her, like drags her back, and he's like, oh, I heard you've been telling people you're my girlfriend. Remember, she got the whole like business and stuff into the TV show thanks to pretending like she's his girlfriend. And so he basically tells her, oh, I heard you've been pretending like you're my girlfriend. And one thing led to another, they start kissing and then they have sex together. Yes, they did have sex. Okay, and then in the morning when she wakes up, she basically leaves him 50 cents again, and she leaves and stuff because she realizes, hey, this guy's not in love with me, I'm not in love with him, this is like a game between us. So she leaves him 50 cents again, and then she leaves the hotel that they were in. And so he wakes up the next morning, he sees the 50 cents and he starts laughing and stuff. And so the next time they meet, I think, is when she went to buy a house because her parents were trying to hook her up like with blind dates and they were just not working out. And so she decides, okay, I need to move out of this place, I need my own apartment. And so she goes looking for an apartment and meets Song Lin. And Song Lin basically tells her he lives in that area, like this whole, because he's into real estate, but he built some houses here and he has some good houses to show her. So at first she didn't want to go anymore when she realized, oh, Song Lin lives in this area. But he somehow talks her into it and convinces her to buy a house from him. And so she does get the house from him. It wasn't an agent unlike the drama. She gets the house from him and unfortunately realizes that, oh, boyfriend lives next door to me and stuff, like he lives opposite me, kind of like the drama. And so basically that was the first time they had sex, and then they moved in together. And then the next time I think they meet is basically where they go for this event. And when they go for this event, Zofang meets Chen Dofeng or something, the guy who's basically in love with Zofang in the drama and Zofang rejected, the second male lead in the drama that Zofang rejected. She meets him again, and it turns out she meets him in this party that she and Song Min go to, but they separate because she doesn't want to be seen together with him. And then she meets this guy and she's trying to run away from him, but unfortunately she gets into an accident with a waiter and basically has wine spilled all over her and she feels embarrassed, and so she walks away. And basically Song Lin comes and meets her outside and kind of covers her and asks her like, what's going on here? So that's when we find out that she doesn't tell him this, but we find out that actually she used to date this guy in the past, and that's before even Wang Zhang, the bastard that she met, and he's the reason why she started dating Wang Zhang. And how they started dating was Zofang was the one who was chasing after him. So unlike the drama where he has always been in love with Zofang but Zofang never dated him, it's the opposite in the book. In the book, Zofang was in love with him and she was chasing after him, and he wasn't interested in her, to the stage where he told her, look here, I'm into guys. And Zofang's like, I'm into guys too. It's okay, it will work out. Like, this girl's crazy. But anyways, she finally gets him to agree to date her. They start dating and he decides that he wants to go abroad for school, and Zofang is not in support of that, like the whole long distance relationship stuff and all that. She's like, no, well, okay, even if you're gonna go, like, can't we at least like Facebook each other and stuff, like can't we talk through like phone calls and etc and etc? And he doesn't want to do that. He basically just wants her to wait till he comes back, and Zofang refuses to do that. Like, dude, there's access to internet, there are phones, you can reach me even if you have to go. But he basically refuses, and so they break up. And that basically breaks her heart, and Wang Zhang comes along, and Wang Zhang is basically the one chasing after her, so she just decides, whatever, let's date and stuff. And she did basically tell us the story, and it's really, really sad, her backstory with that guy, how she really, really was depressed after they broke up, to the extent that she was so sick, doctors couldn't figure out what was going on. She called him when she finally decided to speak to him. She called this boyfriend up, her ex-boyfriend up, told him, I'm very sick, can you please come and see me? And he goes, dude, are you pretending or are you really sick? I'm very busy right now, I can't come and see you right now, just hold on, I'll see you in 2 days, blah blah blah. I have to work on my university stuff, I just failed like one of the exams I need to get into blah 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 university, so I really need to work hard on this. And so they never see each other again until that time where they see each other. And so they basically show us a flashback. So I think that's an interesting thing that they showed us. Anyways, after that, I know they had sex again, but I can't remember why they had sex. But they do have sex a number of times, okay? They're not dating, they're just having sex, okay? And so they had, like, when I say they, I mean Song Lin and Zofang. They had sex again. I can't remember why they had sex, but they did have sex again. And that was also funny, and it also involved 50 cents again, or 5 cents, but it was also a funny situation, but I just can't remember what led to it, but I know they had sex. And so basically, one of the times that they were together, Zofang asks Song Lin, like, should we just date? And Song Lin's like, no, I don't believe in love. I don't roll like that, bruh. stuff, and she realizes, well, it's true, he doesn't believe in love. Why am I suddenly trying to get attached to this guy, blah blah blah. She gets hot and she leaves. And then in the book, Zhou Fang's niece needed to be picked up from school, and so her cousin told her, and it wasn't a nephew. So Songdi, they changed that in the drama to a boy, but in the book it was a niece. So Song Lo was coming out of the school and she was kissing a boy, and her dad was observing her kiss a boy. That's Songling, because I told you in the book their relationship is father-daughter, not brother-sister. And so he was basically shouting at her and stuff, and Zhou Fang saw it because she had come to pick up her cousin. So Zhou Fang goes in front of him and basically tells him, dude, don't talk to her that way, don't do this here. And he tells Zhou Fang to basically mind her business. And Song Lo basically goes off on her dad and basically tells him, who is this slut? Like, is this your new girl? Blah blah blah. Now you like older girls and blah blah blah. And so he raises his hand and he tries to slap his daughter, and Zhou Fang stands in the way and receives the slap on behalf of his daughter, which shocks everyone, like the parents that were around, the students, Songlin and his daughter. Everyone was shocked. And so basically he enters the car, he leaves with his daughter, she also leaves. As she's going home to drop her niece tells her, do you know Songlin's dad? Do you know Songlo's dad? Songlin is a bad girl, blah blah blah. She kisses guys, she hangs around guys, she does bad things. Basically she was being a gossip and really judgmental, but she's a kid, okay? And she was doing all of that. And then what's her name, Zhou Fang goes home, and when Zhou Fang gets home, she sees Songlin in her apartment. And Songlin basically tells her, like, he tries to talk to her, but she doesn't want to have anything to do with him, which is understandable. I mean, boyfriend just slapped her. Okay, so after that, Songlin and Zhou Fang basically don't see each other for a while anymore. She's very hot, she doesn't want to see him. And then the stuff with what's it called, Luna happens. In terms of a Luna, there's no Luna, like she's not called Luna in the book, the character, but I'm just gonna call her Luna. But Luna's character in the book so far to where I am, actually, the first time she met Zhou Fang, told Zhou Fang that her and what's his name, Songlin, are not in a relationship. So Zhou Fang doesn't need to fear anything, because they had this like awkward encounter and stuff where Zhou Fang was like peeping at her like, oh, so this is the girl that used to date Songlin and stuff, that is in rumors with Songlin, because Zing had told her that. And Luna was basically telling her, look here, we're not in a relationship, you're good and stuff, which I think is kind of funny, because in the drama we have the opposite, where it's Songlin telling Zhou Fang we're not in a relationship and Luna is insisting they're in a relationship and stuff. But that's what happens in the book. And there's this scene where the second time that they meet again is basically where Zhou Fang is trying to win the competition of the TV show, and basically before she like goes to the last day, the final, Songlin had met Luna and told Luna that he doesn't want Zhou Fang to win the competition. And so Luna was like, what the hell did this girl do to you? Like, why don't you want her to win? And he's like, he doesn't like disobedient women. And he was basically referencing how he told her, look here, I don't want you to be in the show. And Zhou Fang didn't listen and still got into the show. And I just thought that was kind of masochist, whatever the pronunciation is. But we'll go into that in a little bit later. But he told her that. So when Zhou Fang goes to see Luna, she goes to Luna and basically threatens or blackmails Luna to make Zhou Fang the winner of the competition by giving Luna naked pictures of Luna with a guy, I think, or was it Luna alone? I can't remember now, but one of the above. But she gave her like naked pictures and she's like, dude, if you don't make me win this competition, I'm gonna reveal this. And Luna was like, wow, you're a very horrible human being and stuff. Do you realize that Songlin doesn't want you to win? And this is what Songlin told me. And so at that time she was really, when she heard that, she was really mad at Songlin. But that's the whole Luna Zhou Fang relationship so far in the book. Something really cute and interesting that was revealed in the book that I'm wondering if it's gonna be the same in the drama is when they met, remember the time I told you guys that the first time they met in the book was in the hotel where she comes and drunk thinking he's a gigolo, he thinks she's a gigolo and all that, or prostitute, whatever. But basically in the book it's revealed later on that that's not actually the first time they met, and so we get a brief behind the scenes of Song Lin's life. Apparently, Song Lin was forced by his parents to marry at a young age. That's why he has his daughter. And his wife basically, and the reason why his parents did that was because they were scared he'd go to university and forget all about them. So they thought they'd tie him down with a wife. Unfortunately, the wife ran away with another man and it ended up in a divorce, and that's the end of their relationship. And so he started going after his business. And so when he was trying to build his business, things were really bad for him in the beginning stages. And one day he went to like this place, I can't remember whether it was a restaurant or like a what's it called, like a 7-Eleven kind of shop, I can't remember that right now, but he went to this place to basically cool down and eat, and he saw this little high school girl who was basically crying over the celebrities, and I can't remember the story right now either, guys, I'm so sorry. But basically he saw this girl crying over the celebrities, and her parents basically came, her father came, and the girl was Zofang, and when her father came, she basically told her father, look at this big brother, like she was talking about Song Lin. He looks pitiful, he looks hardworking, he looks trustworthy. Can you please help him? So after that meeting, even though her father never like approached Song Lin or anything like that, Song Lin's business started doing well. So there's suspicion that her father was the one that helped Song Lin's business grow. So I think that's just the cutest thing ever. And I wonder if that's gonna, I doubt that's gonna be the same thing in the drama, because it doesn't seem like the father knows him or anything like that, and it doesn't feel like Zofang's family is like that into the business that what's his name, Song Lin, is also into and stuff. It doesn't seem like they're in the same business industry. It feels like her parents are retired, and it doesn't feel like they're that wealthy to be able to like help Song Lin's business, or that connected to help his business. So I don't think that's gonna be happening in the drama, but I think that's just a really cute thing that I feel like I just had to tell you guys that happened in the book. But yeah, sorry this was a little bit all over the place, because I was reading this like in different successions, so I really can't remember everything right now. I need to go back and maybe refresh my memory. But don't worry, next time when I come back and tell you about the book again, it will be better. I promise, the storytelling will be better. But anyways, that's what happened in the book. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on the book compared to the drama. So far, as far along as I've read in the book, I actually like that they changed the drama. But here's my thoughts. I actually want TVN to make the exact copy of the book, like the K-drama TVN station. I feel like they will do the book justice with the whole like, oh, they had sex, this is what happened, blah blah blah, and sticking to the script of the book. I feel like TVN will do that, but I feel like China can't do that because of the restrictions and stuff. But I can see TVN doing it well. So I really hope Korea buys the rights to the book and does it on TVN and doesn't follow along with the drama storyline. So we have two different perspectives, but that's just me though. What do you all think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now that you know a little bit about the book, which do you think you prefer? For me, I feel like I prefer the drama, just because as I'm reading more into the book, the book Song Lin is kind of very authoritative and stuff, and very what's the word, controlling, and he's very patriarchal. Like, he's not someone that believes, oh, females should basically be able to do this, do that. He believes like it's a male world, okay? So I have the final say, and I feel like there should be some equality at a certain point. I mean, certain things, yeah, no problem, you take the lead, I take the lead. Certain things we balance each other out, but in the book it almost feels like there's no middle ground between them, and I feel like that's one thing that's making them clash in the book and stuff. So I really like that it's not like that in the book, in the drama, sorry. So that's something I appreciate about the drama, that they didn't just make him so masochistic. Massachusetts, or however it's pronounced, but and not so controlling. So I really like that about the drama. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to give this video a like. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and keep being awesome, beautiful people you are. From me to you all, you know, of course, nothing but love for you all. Stay awesome.